G'day guys, your old pal Coach Nico here, and in today's video I'm doing my grand final predictions video. Different setting, I know, it's outside at a tram stop. So yeah, let's get into my grand final preview and tip and North Swift medalist. So yeah guys, the grand final is tomorrow as I'm recording this. So the excitement's brewing, not long to go. I went to the parade today, so it was like getting a very, very good atmosphere in. Melbourne's back, baby, but onto the game itself. These two have been the best two teams for the second half of the year, and they deserve it. They thoroughly deserve both of these teams to be in the grand final. Geelong just had a walk in the park, a nice Sunday stroll against Brisbane, beating them by, 71 points. Sydney, on the other hand, had the polar opposite. They were in control for most of the game, but Collingwood came like a truck. Oh, I don't know. Collingwood came home like a freight train. That's better saying. And almost did what Collingwood have done all year and just win a close one that they're not expected to. So, well, the second half of the year, should I say. So, yeah, Sydney hung on in what was an absolute classic game there. Now, I'm going to point out some stats to show you why these two teams are the best. Geelong are first. This is since round 16. And this is important, okay? This is going to deter the factor for the grand final and, why these two teams might win. Geelong are first for points for, they're first for points against, they're second for scores per inside 50, they're first for opposite scores per inside 50, and they're first for points differential off the opposition's turnover. While Sydney, on the other hand, are third for points for, second for points second, third for scores per inside 50, third for opposite scores per inside 50, and second for points differential off the opposition's turnovers. So what does that show? It shows both these teams are, great at scoring, great at defending, and they'll punish and very efficient, and they will punish the opposition if they turn it over on the scoreboard. So, and it's no coincidence why those two teams are in the granny, Geelong and Sydney, because they're just great at all the key areas you need to be a successful AFL team. But also Geelong are first in 4 of those categories and second in 1. And they have been the best team all year. They have been the benchmark. Geelong have won, 15 in a row? That's mental. 15 in a row. That's ridiculously hard to do, considering the era of inconsistency and ups and downs of footy. So, Geelong are the favourites, and they deserve to be. Sydney, they've been great since round 17. They've won, 8-9 in a row themselves. So, these two teams are in impeccable form. So, yeah, sorry this video is not great. I don't feel well. I'm a bit sick at the moment. Well, else is key? The matchups. For Sydney, they have to try and stop the two monsters in the forward line, Jeremy Cameron and Tom Hawkins. And I've seen some statistics, and Dan Rampy's record on Jeremy Cameron is one of the better records in the competition against Jeremy Cameron when it comes to an individual matchup. So that's kind of promising. You never know. But Jeremy Cameron is so damn versatile. He can get up the ground, and he can get a lot of disposals up the ground. So he's not going to be exclusively playing full forward. So Jeremy Cameron can find a lot of ways to kick goals. And especially in big games like this, I think Jeremy Cameron will blossom. I think he'll kick, and I think he will be one of the deciding factors in this grand final. One of the also deciding factors for Geelong is Tom Stewart. How does Sydney stop Tom Stewart? Because what Brisbane did last week was just kick to Tom Stewart. They kicked pretty much straight to Tom Stewart every freaking time. They just bombed it straight to Tom Stewart or the other spare Geelong defenders. So Sydney are going to have to nullify that and not kick it straight to him. They're going to have to lower their eyes. Kick the ball short. Don't bomb the ball long, okay? Straight to, a 1-on-3 or something like that. So Sydney are going to have to be. They can't rush with the footy going inside 50, unless the pressure of Geelong forces them to, which could happen. Geelong's pressure's been excellent. Both these two teams are very attacking, as we said with the points for. Geelong have probably been the most attacking Geelong side I've seen in a long time, but they're still great defensively as well. So that's why they're the favourite. And in my opinion, it's their grand final, it's their premiership to lose, because they've been that good, and they're the oldest grand final team. Tomorrow, they'll be the oldest grand final team by average. I don't know what the exact number is in days and all that, but it's the oldest. So, to say they've got a lot of experience, well, yeah, they've got quite a lot of experience. Because a lot of the blokes would have played most of these blokes would have played in the grand final from 2020, only a couple of years ago. So Geelong have got the experience. Sydney have got the youth. So they've got that running, dashing, like exciting, fast footy. But they've also got, the veterans, like Luke Parker and Dan Rampy and Callum Mills. Well, he's not really a veteran, but like more of those senior type players. So they're going to be cool. It's going to be youth. It's going to be youth versus experience. And who will win out between those two? So for the key matchups for the Swans, Buddy. Whoever goes to Buddy has a massive job, because Buddy, he looked angry last week. Buddy had something to prove last week. And I only kicked 2 goals, but man, he looked dangerous whenever the ball went near him last week. So whoever's on Buddy McLeod, whether it be Sam DeConning or Jack Henry or someone, they're gonna have a long day. They're gonna have a long day to make sure Buddy does not have a major factor. Same with Tom Papley. Tom Papley was ridiculous last week. One of the best players on the ground, and he has the potential to win an Norm Smith. Tom Papley. He's just got that type of quality and type of star power to win a Norm Smith and be the game changer in a grand final. So yeah, it's gonna be the midfielders are quite even. The Swans, Mills, Parker versus Dangerfield, Selwood, Guthrie, and of course Chad Warner for Sydney. I'm excited to see how Chad Warner goes. He's my favourite Sydney player, and let's just see how he goes. So yes. So, prediction time. I have to go Geelong by 8 points. 8 points. I think it's going to be an absolute classic. I don't think there's going to be much separating these two teams. I just think Geelong maybe got a bit more experience, and I trust them a bit more, both offensively and defensively, to get the job done. I think Jeremy Cameron will win the Norm Smith, and first goal kicker will be Tom Papley. I think Tom Papley will get the first goal, and if he gets the first goal, I can't imagine what his celebration is going to be. He's going to absolutely pump up the Sydney crowd and the rest of the Sydney team. It'll be a sight to see whenever he kicks a goal, Tom Papley, which I'm sure he will. So yeah, that's my grand final tip and prediction. Sorry if it's not great. I am a little sick now, but yeah, hopefully it's a cracking grand final. My first grand final as an adult, so I'm going to get on the booze, as they say. So yeah, hope you have a great grand final day. Hope you have a great weekend. And yeah, go footy. Footy's the real winner.